two soldiers played dead and hid in a dirt pit. Fooled an entire enemy squad during the sweep. But they knew this trick only worked once, and the next enemy unit was already closing in. Bruno trusted Quado with every detail of his life, and begged him to look after his sister if one of them survived. After getting Quado's promise, Bruno dropped into a squat without hesitation, ready to let Quado climb out by stepping on his back, planning to pull himself up after, but he didn't notice. Quado reached the surface, and his eyes snapped cold. Bruno waited below, still believing his partner would pull him up. Then he looked up and saw Quado pointing a rifle straight at him. Bruno broke instantly. He survived enemy ambush after ambush, only to get betrayed by the man closest to him. Watching Bruno fade away, Quado kept a blank stone face, limped his way back to camp. Just as the others were preparing to retreat, Quado lied boldly, saying he was the only survivor, and nobody questioned it. Instead, it earned him a special commendation and permission to return home to recover. Quado headed straight to Bruno's home after discharge, lied again to Bruno's family without blinking, claiming Bruno died in a shell blast, and said Bruno asked him to look after his sister. Julie believed every word. Since Quado looked like a decorated war hero, Quado used the excuse of protecting Julie and made her travel with him to Argentina. Staring at the young, beautiful Julie, Quado already imagined a perfect future with her. But what he didn't know was that his shot hadn't finished Bruno at all. A kind nurse found Bruno and saved him. Once the wounds improved, Bruno pushed to get up and leave immediately, hoping to expose Quado's lies as fast as possible. But that impatience led him straight into another enemy patrol, and this time he was held prisoner for 2 long years, until the two nations finally declared a truce. Only then was the forgotten Bruno released. This time, nothing could stop him from going home, but he could never imagine that during those 2 lost years, Quado flipped his entire world upside down. Bruno walked into a dust-covered home and found only a servant waiting inside. When he learned his sister had been taken to Argentina, he decided to set sail and bring her back immediately. Compared to Bruno's misery, Quado lived at the opposite extreme, shot up as a rising political star, surrounded by women everywhere he went. But when a girl named Lucy stepped into the venue, every gaze locked onto her. Quado stared at her with open obsession, moved toward Lucy step by step. Lucy's mother noticed instantly and told her to dance with Quado. Lucy thought one dance would end it, but Quado showed up at her house days later, stating he intended to marry her. Facing a man with absolute power, Lucy felt nothing but dread. Her mother rushed to calm Quado down and scolded Lucy the moment he left, saying Lucy brought nothing to this family, even though her father didn't want her marrying without love. Their finances were already collapsing, and when Lucy caught her father's illness returning, she changed her mind and accepted the marriage. Quado rushed over as soon as he heard, and said their engagement would be announced in 3 days. Lucy hated every second of it, but she had no choice. Meanwhile, Bruno fought through countless setbacks, and finally crossed the ocean to Argentina. Since Quado was famous there, Bruno learned quickly that Quado's engagement party was tomorrow, and assumed the bride must be his sister. But when he snuck in disguised as a delivery worker, he realized he was wrong. And after digging relentlessly for answers, Bruno finally heard something that crushed him. A girl named Lucy was being held in a brothel. Now Bruno had to find out if that Lucy was his sister, and what he would do next to take down the man who controlled everything. Follow for part 2.